Hey. You don't have to play that shit. What
He said, yeah, nigga played that classic. I played the theme. He said, fuck the Batman thing. We're gonna play our thing. You know?
Goddamn right. Watch this.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? All right. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Ready Play Movies. I told you guys not to unsubscribe. If anything,
Never unsubscribe.
I told you guys, hey, we're back with a new edition. I'm sorry. Like I was, that's like a song, you know, whatever. Anyways, yes, we're doing a spoiler cast for, well, actually, let's go and let's go backwards. Welcome back to Ready Play Movies. I think this is episode 44, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Pull up the guide.
Shit, it don't even matter.
But you know, we're back, and we're not coming back. We're just here for this as a special one-off thing. I think, you know, just keep it locked to the feed. We'll post radically. I actually want us to to do like the spoiler cast, just randomly, just me, Troy, or whoever else want to join us. Just do a spoiler cast for like the big movies.
Hell yeah.
So I'm sorry, Spider-Man: No Way Home. We fucked up.
We
Fucked up.
We fucked up. But anyways, that being said, I'm Louis Menchaca. I'm your host of Ready Play Movies. Your co-host, Mr. Troy Bracey, over here.
Yes, sir.
We got the composer, the musician, Joel.
We're back here.
Hey,
Ready to do this other podcast.
and finally, we got the filmmaker, the critic, the artiste, Sam.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be back.
So yeah, we're gonna do a spoiler cast for the Batman. We just got out of the theater, just
Couple like an hour.
literally an hour ago. Yeah, just we came home. We didn't talk about it. We didn't like do the usual thing where we stay after the outside of the theater talking about like, oh shit, you know, we just kept it to a minimum so we can save it for right here so we can lay it all down.
Hell yeah.
So
We had to.
we're gonna do that.
Keep it in.
It was. I ain't gonna lie.
Literally, I mean, we got out the theater and I was just like, "Everybody, shut the fuck
fuck
up!
up."
We're talking too much." There's people literally walking in.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were totally talking about it while
Yeah, I
people
was
were
like,
coming to watch the
whoa.
movie. Yeah. So
I know I hate that. So.
But yeah, like let's before we get into the actual spoiler cast of it all, let's talk about these Funko Pops.
Oh yeah, these Funko Pops. Sam, take it away.
Funko Pops, man. Just for the fans.
Hell yeah.
From the fans, for the fans. Like, you know, just of Batman. Just in support of the podcast. Definitely, I don't know, man. Just do a giveaway. I really don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
So
We
we're
haven't
planning.
even talked about it. We
Yeah.
never even
Yeah,
talked
I
about
guess
it.
we can-
These Funko Pops are actually, we're gonna do a giveaway. So it's gonna be a collection, right? Are we doing a collection?
Yeah, full collection.
The full-
So,
okay.
you know, when you watch this video, give us a comment, and you know, if you comment, like the video, well, you know, we'll add you to a sweepstakes. You can win the whole collection. And we're just gonna draw randomly one winner. But yeah.
What do you think about retweets? Like if someone retweets,
Yeah, we could do any sort of. I mean, it's not like we've really talked about it, but
Yeah.
you could do any sort of interaction, retweet, like, favorite, whatever.
yeah, there you go. Post it on
But,
Facebook or whatever. We'll find. I don't
We'll
know.
add you in there.
Well,
We'll throw you in the raffle.
We'll figure it
and
out.
You
Do
might
a
just
drawing,
win this.
and then,
We'll,
yeah, send
we'll do
them
it.
out.
We'll do a drawing. Well, let's say let's do about 14 days after the posting. We'll announce a winner on our Twitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it on the Ready Play Movies Twitter. We'll definitely tweet it there. I'll personally retweet on my personal Twitter, and I'm pretty sure you guys will as well.
Right.
Yeah, so just get the following Twitters to
Yeah.
see who gonna win.
There you go. So yeah, follow Twitter, follow on YouTube, comment, and yeah,
Like.
we'll definitely we'll find the interactions. We'll add you in there, and good luck. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Hell yeah.
All right. So yeah,
So
that's
what the fuck do y'all think about Batman?
all right.
swear.
He a strategist.
He is strategist.
He a strategist.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a
Classic.
classic.
It's a
Yeah, that's a
classic.
classic.
He
Yeah.
really was though.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
If
was.
y'all go back and watch my first video on my YouTube channel, you'll know what he talking about.
so
Strategist.
so let's I guess we're gonna go straight into spoilers. I don't want to do like a half thing where we split the video up and like here's the non-spoiler section. Fuck that.
Fuck
we're gonna
all
go
that.
We're going
full
straight
on.
into the full-on
This is
spoilers because
spoilers. We putting it in the title, so y'all gonna already know.
yeah, spoiler cast. So sorry, but if you guys prefer a non-spoiler section, just know that we love the movie. So that's it. Let's
Yeah.
go watch the goddamn movie.
Go watch the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours. Doesn't feel like 3 hours, but it's fucking amazing. Like there's some shit there that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
All right, Troy. As I would say, out of the four of us, Troy, I think you're the biggest Batman fan here. I would say.
Yeah.
So
sure.
go ahead and give me your thoughts on Robert Pattinson's performance.
Man, Robert Pattinson's performance was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, The Dark Knight to me is still probably, as a movie, I still hold that one slightly better than this movie as a movie. Mm-hmm. But Robert Pattinson's Batman may be my favorite on-screen Batman. I mean, he's just, his voice, his look.
I like his voice.
His voice is better than every voice that's ever been. So, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me
Much better than Bale's. Yeah, Bale was up there as one of my favorite Batmans, but his voice is atrocious.
He used the word psychopath once, and he said it like Christian Bale.
Yeah, he did. That's what's crazy. I almost felt like that was like an homage to him or something, because his voice got like Christian Bale's for that only time like in the movie, and it reminded me of like the Joker scene a little bit in The Dark Knight. But anyway, like, his voice is fantastic. His look is badass. He just looks fucking perfect as Batman. He's just badass. And I just like how just calm and just, you know, ferocious he is. Like, he's just, you know, a calm, like, Batman, and then he'll just beat the shit out of you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they set the tone at the very beginning of the movie, dude. They, like, one of the first scenes was him just coming in and, like, beating the shit out of dudes.
That was, like, the opening scene. I was
Hell
like, yeah. And the main reason why I think he's the best Batman, because if, like, in this movie, this is truly a Batman movie. He's Batman in this movie like 90% of the time.
Bruce Wayne had cameos.
Like Bruce Wayne had cameos. Like, usually it's the other way around. Like, he's mostly Bruce Wayne, and then Batman had badass moments.
Yeah.
But, like, since this is a detective story, he's Batman most of the time. So I'm just seeing him as Batman so much in the movie where I'm like, damn, he's really fucking amazing as being Batman. And just the way how, first of all, he's the smartest Batman. Like, every riddle is like, it was dope how fast he was figuring them out. Like,
that
he
shit
was like,
cool.
soon as it's a riddle, like the scene, like,
2 seconds later,
it's
he
kind
answers.
of crazy
It's like
how it's
everything.
like we waited this long to get that shit, because like how, like, that's the whole thing was like detective.
And it's like, this the first Batman where he's a like straight up detective.
The world's
and
greatest
shit.
detective.
He got a fucking eye that's like automatically witness shit, and then like he's putting shit together, and
when it comes to like intelligence, I don't know, like quickness and like knowing the answer
on the spot.
Like the only other Batman that I've ever seen like that for real is like the Justice League Batman, because he was just like,
and that was
animated.
he's like the
Animated
only
series.
one,
and
like,
that was
to me,
animated.
I always think back, I'm just like, he's the only one that was ever like, he figured shit out pretty fucking quick. He had a solution pretty fucking
and
quick.
to me, that might be the main reason why he's my favorite Batman, because he just felt the smartest out of every other Batman. He felt the most intelligent. You know what I mean?
He made me feel smart. I was
I
like,
mean,
I was like, damn, I kind of
because like the scene it showed how smart he was. The scene where like the bomb is ticking down and strapped up to the dude's neck, and like, you know, he's having to figure out these riddles so quick, and he's just figuring them out, and the other dude with
he's
a
like,
he's like, okay, this is what that means. Yeah, and it's like, it's crazy. He could have won like a contest or something. I was like,
because the normal people like in high pressure situations
That
that you would panic and
you wouldn't even think. And some of them riddles, like, I wouldn't even thought of that quick if I wasn't in a high pressure situation. So like, it just showed how smart he was.
It also showed how smart the Riddler was. He was keeping this fool busy doing all this other shit, trying to prevent all these other fucking deaths. Meanwhile, he's putting this big ass fucking plan in place.
And then, like, for Batman to be able for Batman to keep up with his intelligence, that just showed, you know, how cool he was. So, in my opinion, this is my favorite Batman as a Batman. Like, and he doesn't blow him out the water. He doesn't blow Michael Keaton away or blow Christian Bale or Ben Affleck. Like, I like them all, but to me, slightly, I give him the edge in terms of, I mean, like, combat, he could still learn. I think that's their intentions, to make him where he's still kind of like learning and shit. That's why he getting shot and shit like that. But like, combat isn't everything what Batman is about. You know what I mean? So I think.
No, keep going.
But yeah, so but overall though, I just feel like, you know, he's probably my favorite in terms of Robert Pattinson's performance. He was just, you know. And another one quick thing, like, I noticed he didn't. Like, you know, all the other Batmans have the, like, frown or whatever, like, already built in, and makes him look more, like, mad.
Yeah.
He didn't have that, but somehow he still looked like...
frown.
That shit was just flat.
Yeah, it was just flat. And so that goes to show his performance was so good that he still looked like a threat. Like, he was still looking scary without like the frown that's already built into his mask. So it just showed like how good of a performance he had.
Well, I have a question for Sam, and then I want kind of everyone to chime in on it. But like with Bruce Wayne and Batman, what did you feel like? Because we have so many different interpretations of Batman. We have, Michael Keaton had this kind of just like confidence and fucking like swagger that you just. That's why I fucking love the original Batman, because he's just so snarky and I don't know. It's something about him.
Yeah.
And like
He felt
same with Christian
sarcastic.
Bale, he's
Yeah.
kind of just like, how he's at the ballroom or whatever, and he like breaks a shotgun. He's just, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like
He's like, I own the place. Don't worry.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or like,
and then there's
yeah.
Batman, where he is the fucking aggressor, and he's just like everybody fears him, or like
Arkham and shit, you know.
And,
yeah.
But so like with this movie, I feel like I feel like Bruce Wayne and Batman were like basically kind of the same for the most part. There wasn't that like
The persona.
I feel like those moments happened a lot with when he was Batman. He was pretty witty as Batman with like Commissioner Gordon and Selena Kyle and like whoever he really like. He had moments where he was just like even kind of funny.
He had had badass lines.
Yeah.
Like when he said
the
"Hey, you
bodies, bro.
Or the one where he was like, "Oh, you should have pulled your punch." He said, "I did."
The hardest one was the one where he's like
With the police officer.
oh, he's just like, you're gonna have to charge me with 3.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm about to charge you for a police body." He was like, "Now you have to charge me for 3." I'm like,
No, the best one was
yeah.
like,
Oh,
he's
man.
like, you're gonna get some blood on your costume. He's like mine or yours.
"Oh yeah."
God.
I ain't gonna lie, like he was coming back with some badass shit.
So what did you think? Do you think that was a good thing or a bad thing that they kind of felt like they didn't really change too much, but they did? To me, it didn't like it was. There wasn't a Bruce Wayne or a Batman. To me, it just felt like one
person.
Yeah.
He was Batman the whole
No, for
time.
sure. No, I can see that.
The entire time.
I loved it, man. I thought it was like great. I feel like he's like a younger Bruce Wayne, so it's kind of like it's like you kind of get to see him like that growth. He's got like that wittiness. He's still building up to kind of be like that, like quick-witted Batman, where he's like that all the time. But like the character is definitely like blended. Like that's why I like Robert Pattinson's performance for sure. Like you were saying, like definitely sold it as Bruce Wayne. Like kind of kept that same like like tone, the look in the eyes, the intensity. It's just like
dude.
it definitely like carried over for sure to me. Like
I'm not entirely sure I like that though. Like my thoughts on the performance is that I liked it. I actually do think that it's up there. It's definitely up there. But the thing is, the Batman and Bruce Wayne, there is a dichotomy, right?
Yeah.
Batman is his true form, and Bruce Wayne is the mask that he wears. And that I feel like he wasn't wearing a Bruce Wayne mask. He wasn't like being like that playboy that I'm used to, like the Christian Bale's
That's what I'm saying.
fake
That's kind of what I
persona.
didn't
that's
get.
why I
Also,
like it
the
though, because I feel like
reason-
he's like it feels like he's kind of learning. He's
See,
like this is the
exactly.
beginning,
Me
know
and
what
you
I'm
are on the same page. Like, if they didn't write it in the story, I would agree with you. But it was almost like it was a part of the movie that, like, he didn't want to even be out into the world. Like, even Alfred is telling him, like, you got to go out. He's like, no, I ain't trying to do it. Like, he's literally is only Batman, like, at right now. Like, he doesn't even think about at this moment being the
Bruce Wayne.
playboy Bruce Wayne yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like the way they made it work that way, where he's literally like this loner weirdo, kind of. You know what I mean? He's only being Batman. That's the only thing he cares about. He's not even going into. You know what it is like?
What's up?
Remember in Dark Knight Rises, where like he is only in, and no one's seen him for years, and he was in the house and shit. That's basically how it is. He's like a secluse. Like he's not into none of that shit yet. And so that's why I'm okay with it, because I felt like they made it a part of the story where he's like, right now, he only knows how to be Batman. You know what I mean? He's almost like he's addicted to only being Batman. And so when he's coming out as Bruce Wayne, it almost felt weird to him. You know what I mean? So I get it. I agree. Like, that's how Bruce Wayne is supposed to be. Like, he's supposed to put on this persona as like, I'm a playboy, blah, blah, blah. And then when he's Batman, he's Batman. But I think in this, they intentionally, on purpose, made him like the same exact guy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. You know, the one thing that really bothered me was like I wanted Robert Pattinson to have a different Batman voice than his Bruce Wayne voice. Now,
Changed a little bit.
No, they were the same voice.
They changed
You
it
know,
a little
it
bit.
I feel
started
like his-
different.
sometimes
in
it
the
was-
beginning it was really strong and then kind of faded off.
Yeah,
As the movie
I
went on.
feel like
raspy towards the
his voice, his Batman voice was a bit more whispering. Like he was more like this.
Like,
and then
no.
when he's talking regular, he's like, yeah, like
Yeah,
Alfred,
no, like
you know?
like the way I can explain it is like he literally say the same line twice as both Bruce Wayne and Batman, and I couldn't tell the difference. Whenever he knocked on the door, and he said the twins, and he knocked on the door and there's the twins. He's like, do you know who I am? He said it the same way twice. He said it as Batman, and he said it as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Well, that just proves those two guys are fucking idiots.
And I think they did, like, I like how they clearly did that on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, let's make it where this happens again, but with Bruce Wayne, they just let him in, and then with Batman, he has to beat the fuck out of him. You know, so it was a fun little thing. But yeah, I disagree slightly. I feel like he does put on a slight difference, but they pretty much sound the same.
I will say this. I mean, I will say I did actually like Robert Pattinson's voice. Like, I don't think that's his normal speaking voice because like
he's British.
Because in Tenet he had a completely different sound. Like auditory
he projects
wise.
himself way more.
And so
when somebody uses their more air, it just sounds
So the voice itself changes, like what I'm saying. Like, and so like so knowing that there's a range, like I would have liked if Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne sounded like Tenet, but without the accent.
Like, oh, okay, yeah.
And then he does the
I don't know. The guy who plays in Tenet
the Batman
is way
voice.
More,
Yeah,
upbeat. Type
you're
right. You're right.
And the guy, like, that doesn't even matter. Cause see, here's the thing, like, it always depends on the movie more than the character. You know what I mean? Like, this version of Batman is going to be slightly different from that version of Batman / Bruce Wayne. So it has to fit the movie. So, like, for instance, Christian Bale's version of Bruce Wayne, when he got like the two bad chicks with him,
and then he's like they're on the jacuzzi. He's like, that's not a swimming pool. It's like he just gives them money, like here,
like that doesn't fit the tone of this dark, more like emo version of this Batman. You know what I mean? It doesn't. So, but I mean, I feel like they are gonna implement that if they do, sequels. Like, he's gonna have to start going out more, and that's kind of what he was talking about at the end. Like, hey, he's gonna have to learn to you know what I'm saying, be a better version of himself. You know, that's kind of like the theme of the movie. And so I think, like, in the sequels, you'll see him start spending money, you know. Like, he didn't even have a car. Like, they didn't even show him. And, like, you know, he usually had, like, a Lamborghini.
He had, like, the one car at, like, the funeral or memorial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the Batmobile.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the Batmobile, what the fuck else do you need?
I know, but I meant, like, his Bruce Wayne car. Like, you know how in every Batman movie
he's got a Lamborghini,
a badass Mercedes,
like,
or a classic.
Classic.
He didn't even have that. That kind of goes to show he even lost his parents' cufflinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this version of Bruce Wayne, he wasn't thinking about nobody except for, like, being Batman. Being taking care of what he needed to.
All right, cool. So then that gives us over to the rest of the supporting cast. So, which supporting cast member stole the show for you?
Zoe Kravitz, bro. Zoe Kravitz went off.
My God. Like, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Every single one of us can say a different one, and I'm gonna agree with all of y'all. Like, Penguin, like, every scene, I felt he was stealing every scene he was in. Like, he was funny. He was like, he had a lot of charisma. He was a badass. He sounded like a gangster in a mafia movie. Like, and then, like, the Riddler was just horrifying. Like, you know what I mean? Selena Kyle, like you said,
his face looks CGI sometimes.
It does.
Paul Dano's face. Paul Dano's close-up face whenever he was being hit on the table, like his faces was contorting.
Maybe they CG'd his face.
It looked CGI. Like,
I had to watch it again.
I wouldn't be if you told me like, that was him acting, then I would believe you. But like, it was contorting and like, you know, like that was so much. I couldn't read him. Like,
I had to watch it again for sure. But yeah, I mean, everybody was so good, and Selena Kyle, like, I agree with you, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You know what other supporting cast member that we haven't seen? I think, to me, I've never seen this number one supporting character, and it's Gotham.
Yeah.
They were talking
Gotham
about
is
they
gothic.
were talking about Gotham so much, like, more than I've ever heard. Even in like the trilogy, the fucking I would say Michael Bay, the fucking Chris Nolan, bro.
Gotham was more of a center character.
It was like, I mean, we kind of got the politics of how Gotham works and shit, and it was, I mean, we saw a lot. Like, Chris Nolan showed us a lot, and it was really good. But to me, this movie got Gotham a little more right because, bro, like, felt like everybody was talking about this place. Like, they were talking about it like it's like an ex-girlfriend that that hey, they'll never change, or like this person that will never fucking change. Don't like they're talking about Gotham in terms like this shit. Like you're fucking wasting your time, Batman. Like at the end, why are you gonna stay? Like you're not. You're gonna do as much as you possibly can, but it's only doing like 1%. Like you're not taking care of everything.
Facts.
You're a fucking human being. Like, so it's like I don't know. Like Gotham was pretty fucking crazy.
And then like at the beginning, they set up Gotham so well because. Like it just showed how dark and just like it felt filthy as like a city. Like you got kids robbing people.
I don't know why I would even live there. Why would I live
like you got people robbing people. You got people like on the train like harassing motherfuckers. And like even when Batman shows up and he comes out of the darkness, it's like the city looks scary and it made him look more scary.
I love the mythos that they made for Batman, where it's like they see the shadow and they're afraid to go there, and I'm like
they're making Batman lore in the beginning.
The can rolls into, he's like, oh shit, I'm not going back. I'm not going there. Fuck that. He's not there, but fucking you better believe he's there.
Yeah, like, man. They like I agree with Joel, man. Like the city was so it felt like a comic book city type
Arkham.
Of shit. Yeah.
It felt like Arkham City.
It felt like Arkham, yeah. Like I was like, damn, man, I would not want to fucking live here.
I like now that I'm thinking about it, like all the different like iterations of Gotham that we've gotten, different Batman. Yeah. Like we got like the old '90s Gotham was like very like animated and like and like kind of just goofy in ways and shit like that. And then in the Christian Bale got like fucking corporate as fuck.
Yeah.
And then like now it's just like. It's like fucking New York City, bro. It's like all fucked up, bro. Like it's like
it's like a '70s New York.
This, you know, what's kind of crazy is like I never thought I would see like a Gotham City that is more atrocious than the Joaquin Phoenix Gotham City.
That's true. Yeah. It was like up in that. I mean,
and like because and that like what you call it the Joaquin Phoenix Gotham City for that movie, it felt like it just felt like straight up New York. Like it didn't feel like Gotham. It just felt like it was a city. It felt shitty like it's supposed to be. But it just felt like a real life
city. And this one, it's like
it felt like
it's like beyond gone, rotten to the core.
Yeah.
Like God, like
you felt like
I feel like the grime when you see each shot, like the way the lighting is just like
hell yeah.
The light that was like a huge thing. Like I was trying not to talk to Joel about it, but I was just like the lighting in this, like with the shadows, the darkness, and then especially with the motorcycles with the flaring lights. They the way they used to choose to like highlight Batman, even like Oswald and shit, like to kind of like conceal, like his like make him look more sinister. Like I really love the shadows.
The shots from behind with like the sunsets.
Yeah,
there was
really good.
The shot where they're up in the skyscraper where Batman and Catwoman are just kissing for the first time, or the only time, I guess. Yeah. That looked like a fucking like painting. Yeah, like a little bit.
It really did.
They got it right with a lot of like the silhouettes, and they got the cinematography was good. Of course, it's like you got a character like Batman with the
same guy that did Dune did this. Like
you can't fucking miss.
And it was dope because it was like the city had this like orange tint to it. Like you know, it was and it made it feel so unique. Like even at nighttime, you seen this like orange or yellowish tint to the city, and it was like. You really felt like I was like, damn, like I don't know where the fuck this is. This is not in the real world. Like that's one thing about like Nolan's version of Gotham City, and like I just said, Joker's version. It felt like Nolan's version of Gotham, especially in The Dark Knight, felt like Chicago. It literally just felt like a regular, city.
It's just like I've had this corporate kind of
feel to it, yeah. Like and like this felt like its own unique in this world city. Like we've never been there or heard of it.
Like even in Batman Begins, try to like paint Gotham as like a world in decay that we need to like kill everyone off. Right? Remember that? Yeah. At the end of Batman Begins, but this one you felt that.
You felt that.
Like this one, they went biblical with this shit.
Yeah, they did.
Fucking flood everything.
Well, hell yeah. Like I was
crazy
like,
shit. Just because like it was like you felt like there could have been different endings in this movie.
Yeah.
Like when Falcone got killed.
Yeah, I thought that was meant to be the end. There.
To me, if that would have ended right there, it felt anticlimactic.
Yeah, it couldn't because literally the Riddler was still free. So I'd have been like, damn, y'all just not gonna take the Riddler out.
Do you think the Riddler was a bit of a hero in this movie in the sense that he was exposing the
I see what you mean, and that's I see what you mean, and that's what I loved about his fucking character because he was really like Batman.
Yeah, he was inspired by Batman.
Yeah, he was like Batman, but he went about it in a fucked up way. He
Yeah.
basically went about it like, I'm gonna just kill everybody. While Batman is kind of like, I
know. He's like,
Well, because he
don't
wants to
kill.
be remembered, bro. That's
Yeah.
the main
Well, he thought they were
thing.
the same. Like he was like he
Yeah,
admitted that.
he
to
really
him.
did. And I really felt like when he was chopping it up with Batman towards the end, I really felt like he was like, hey, nigga, we ended like he
Yeah.
was like this.
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
we did it.
Yeah.
He's like, I did this for you, master.
Yeah, like he did. I thought, because at first I thought he was kind of coming at him in a sarcastic way, like we're teaming,
Well,
like
even
some
bro-
shit the Joker would say, like, yeah, we're friends or so.
You completely.
Yeah. But I like after you pay attention to it, he was like genuine about it, like Batman, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and you're the same, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, man. But I think that's what made his villain so good. He had layers to him. He was like doing wrong shit.
But I mean, like it reads to me like Riddler is doing more for Gotham than Batman is.
Nah.
Because he exposed
literally
corruption.
killing them
Batman,
at the end.
Batman doesn't even know that his own dad was corrupt.
But I mean, listen,
he
like,
opened his
that
eyes.
was
no,
wild,
like,
bro.
like
he opened his eyes.
he revealed things about the city that was hidden.
Right.
But you can't like just ignore how he flooded the whole fucking city.
Well, no, I'm
you
not
can't
gonna give him
ignore.
that one.
You
I'm not
can't
gonna give him
ignore
that
how he
one.
had a whole cult of motherfuckers just finna gun down a bunch of
Yeah.
like he was clearly
That was
a
crazy.
villain. Like,
Right.
and then he even like the first scene, right, where they showed.
Well,
what
okay,
everything.
everything past the third act, everything.
Well, no, because
up until there, he was like getting rid of the corruption.
Well, no, because
Up until before that.
Because
Up
listen, but see but that's why I like his character, because he's not. Listen, that's not the good way to go about it. If you do something wrong, I can get the right to come kill you. Like, and that's why they kind of showed it at the beginning, at the opening scene. They showed like the Riddler looking, and you see him playing dude playing with his kids. Like, he's playing with them on Halloween, and then he goes and murders him. So now that little boy that he was playing with, like, he has to see his dad dead, and they showed that's when Batman was looking at him,
reminding him of himself. Yeah,
so it was basically displaying that like it's not right. Like, just because that dude was corrupt, and Riddler killed his ass because he was corrupt, it was still wrong. Like, that's not the right thing to do. You see what I'm saying? So he was very much a villain, but he had, layers to him. It was part the shit. Some of the shit he was saying was some real stuff. Like, dang, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? But you're going about it the wrong way, and that's what make you a villain. You know what I mean? So I think it was genius. I really like, because I agree with you. He was exposing the corruption. He was, letting people
opened
know.
Bruce Wayne's eyes.
He opened Bruce Wayne's eyes. He revealed a bunch of shit. But at the end of the day, he was still a villain. You know what I mean? He doesn't just get a pass because.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like argue for that. I'm talking about right up until he sniped Falcone. I would say like he could have had a moral box to stand on.
I feel like, okay,
I would say
basically,
I'm not gonna
say
he's good.
If he did what he did but not kill anyone, I could make that. I would.
But
agree
nobody would confess to anything. Hell, even that one guy that was about to die didn't want to confess to anything.
No, yeah, they wouldn't have confessed. But I'm just saying.
It's like, you're not even to save your own life. You're not gonna
right. Exactly. Yeah, no one wouldn't have confessed. But I'm just saying, like, if he found a way to do what he did without killing him, then he would have did more for Gotham than Batman. And really, Batman. What I liked about it is Batman really didn't do shit for Gotham, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I liked about it, because it, that's the whole point. Like, you gotta figure it out, even though, you know what I'm saying, like, you're working so hard and it's not working, but that doesn't mean you just stop. Like, even like Selena at the end was like, come on, come with me. You're not gonna do shit. You're just gonna die. He was like, I still gotta do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta try it. That's the point. So, yeah, man, it was amazing.
Sam,
My camera died over there, so I'm over here improvising.
all right, cool. Sam, any rebuttal to that, or just you agree with Troy, or what are your thoughts?
What was your thoughts on the Riddler?
I really like the Riddler. What I was curious, like what I wanted to ask about the Riddler is how do y'all feel about like the kind of Zodiac approach that they took with this Riddler?
Yeah, this I never thought I wanted a Batman movie that was equally like Batman plus like Zodiac and Seven and Saw.
Yeah.
Like,
So I've actually never seen Seven.
that's basically like Zodiac. Yeah,
Seven's amazing.
I've seen
Seven.
Zodiac with
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Robert Downey, but
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like I love that aspect of him, because he was scary. He was legitimately like I was like, oh shit, little kids might not be able to watch this shit. Like, you know what I mean? And just the way they introduced him, and he's like, and what they did was so genius about him. They made him really like a psycho. Like at the beginning when he's just looking at the dude go back and forth, and he's just looking at his ass, like, and I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was legit. Like, I was like, I love how they made him a straight up Zodiac killer. Like,
it very fits naturally for him. Like as far as him being the Riddler, like you know, he went from Jim Carrey, like it's like you know, like, and then now it's like you know, riddle me this, and then it's like riddle me this.
Yeah,
like,
and he didn't like his suit didn't have no like riddles on it or something. It's just a straight up serial
but
killer.
But he put the chalk with
riddles
with the little question mark in the face, like worked.
When I saw that shit in the little coffee cup, I was like, damn, that barista is really good. A whole ass question mark on that shit.
Yeah, man, yeah. But Riddler, he's fucking amazing, man. I loved him as the main villain in this, and I like how we didn't see him through most of the movie. Like like we see him on the cell phone, or
We didn't see Alfred
like,
a lot either. To be honest.
Yeah. But I
He
mean,
got the short end.
Alfred got the
this
short
thing.
end. I think like with Riddler, it was intentional. Like it was supposed to like you not see him. That's what made him more scary.
Were y'all surprised when they didn't kill him off?
I was surprised. I mean, I'm glad they did it, but I thought they was.
I
thought he was gone. But I do feel like that would have been a little premature to kill him like that. Like I wouldn't mind if they did kill him because that that raises the stakes and makes it more fucked up. But at the same time, I was like, damn, him and Alfred ain't do shit but argue in a couple scenes, like, and then you kill him. It's like, well, damn, Alfred didn't matter in this movie. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they brought him back. And then he had a purpose for like living. So. I'm glad he lived or whatever. But yeah, man, like the Riddler, they used him in the right way. You know what I mean? They made it where he's kind of doing shit from a distance, like the Riddler's supposed to be. Like when you play Arkham, the game, he's never like right there with you fighting. He's like somewhere else and leaving riddles and shit. That's how it's supposed to be.
He sets up videos. He pop up.
Who's what's that character in is it the Riddler in the Arkham games where you have to go around the whole fucking city and complete the
It'll be like little
okay. So like it reminds me of whenever he opened the carpet up and like fucking ripped it out and you see the lights on the thing. It reminded me of Arkham City. That shit was cool.
Oh man,
Where he's like, I need to go here.
That's one of the riddles where I saw him and like when I saw him solve that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Motherfucker's just ripping the carpet off the floor. I was like, dang.
Bro, that felt just like
figured
Arkham.
it out. Oh, man.
Yeah, that felt like Arkham, man.
I was like, I guess you're not as smart as I thought you were. Like, fuck.
Man, and I was tripping out because I was like, well, damn. He just revealing his identity to the whole fucking world. Like I was like, what the fuck? And then when he
and then he played it off.
I was like,
so
oh,
for the camera,
shit.
so then you can like plausibly deny that.
But see, and the thing was like Robert Pattinson. See, this is what I'm saying. Robert Pattinson.
Wait, are you
good
talking
at
about the scene in the
Bruce
jail?
Wayne?
Yeah, the jail scene when he was like, Bruce.
When he was doing that, I was
like, damn.
I thought he knew the whole time that it was Bruce, but then he was just like,
I'm just upset.
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
Oh shit! But like,
no, but I think he knows. I think he knows.
I don't think so.
know.
I think that.
he
Well,
was just toying with him because
I don't know. I don't know if he knew or not. But at the end of the day, when he did that, I know that he made it where now they don't know his identity.
Man, if retarded ass Jim Carrey, the fucking Riddler knows he's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Then the motherfucking
Paul
Dano knows.
Yeah, but like what you call it? But what I was gonna say though is Robert Pattinson's performance that whole time when he was kept saying Bruce Wayne,
and he just
had the guilty look like fuck this nigga. No, like he revealing.
He looks
my
at
shit.
the camera. He looks at the security camera.
Yeah, like I was like, see that, and that's great acting, man. Like with a mask on, all kind of shit. He looking like when you get caught or some shit, and you like kind of like fuck. He was looking like that. Like the whole time I was noticing that, and I was like, damn, he just exposing his ass.
Then the look of surprise. He's just like.
Yeah.
It's the only one I didn't get.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Oh, man. Paul Dano's performance at the end.
I like.
Yeah, man,
I mean, Paul Dano was awesome, and then I also just keep thinking about the Penguin, bro. I'm like, how the fuck did Colin Farrell become that and like play it so good.
Bruh.
Knowing he's like an Irish dude. And
My
just hearing
God,
his
like
fucking
that
Italian
was a straight up transformation.
Yeah.
Like from performance and look, like he looks like a
Prosthetics,
completely
yeah.
different person. Like he nothing like him.
And then he's gonna do a whole show as the same prosthetic kind of
God,
like,
yeah. Hell yeah,
and then,
man.
and then they had him tied up, and they left him there, and
They
he was
left
walking
him.
around like a penguin.
yeah.
He was walking like a penguin.
I like that.
Oh my God! But and fuck,
even think about that either.
and fucking that chase scene, the Batmobile is so badass in this movie.
Oh, where does
like,
it rank on? Is
Oh,
it better than the Tumbler?
Bro, don't ask
No,
me
the
that.
Tumblr is the top tier. I would say.
I don't know,
I would say
man.
I think
Tumblr.
this could be my favorite.
I don't
one.
know,
Tumblr,
bro.
Ben Affleck,
Listen.
Robert Pattinson.
Ben Affleck's
Ben
wasn't that
Affleck?
good, bro.
Fuck no. I got Ben Affleck.
I'd rather take fucking
Dude,
Michael Keaton. than
Michael
Ben.
Keaton's
Yeah.
over Ben. I didn't
Hell
like
yeah.
Ben Affleck. Shit looked like a toy. It looked like
It looked like a-
remote control car.
It looked like
Rocket
a
League
it looked like a
car.
Tumblr
Straight
but
up.
car fight.
And you know what fucked that shit up even more? Like it was CGI. Like
it
a lot
was
of it.
shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? Why you CGI in the Batmobile? That's whack
Yeah,
as
this
fuck.
all looked like Dominic Toretto.
This bitch looked like, and it looked like a monster too. Like it was a beast. It was busting through
when
shit.
he hit the jet and then the ramp. First of all, the ramp kind of like magically appeared in front of him. It was just like forming in front of him. And he was just like, choo, choo, psh. That
like
shit was cool
perfect.
either way, though. I mean,
But
I
yeah,
can't-
man, I don't know. For me, I don't want to be caught up in the moment because the Tumblr's a bad motherfucker. But it's this one rivals.
and it turns into a motorcycle. I mean,
this
fuck
one. This one rivals the Tumblr though.
It's
It
got like an
rivals.
AI built
Because I
into
feel
it.
like the one thing about the Tumblr's badass. It's my favorite Batmobile. But the thing about the Tumblr, you can't just get through shit as quick. Like this is like I feel like in Fast and Furious they could be in this bitch like the same way in Fast and Furious how they getting through cars and like you could do that.
He's Tokyo drifting.
He could Tokyo drift that bitch. He can't do that with the Tumblr. Like the Tumblr is more like brute force. You know what I mean? This got a bit of both, but I don't know. I love both Batmobiles though.
It's like there's so many different things to compare because you have so many different Batman properties. Bro.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like,
But
which
I ain't gonna lie,
Batmobile,
though.
which suit was better? Like,
I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like this movie either paid homage to a lot of Nolan shit I noticed in this movie.
Yeah.
Like even with the beginning when they first showed the Batmobile, that reminded me of when they first showed the Tumblr. Like it just in the dark and it just revs up like that. That's when it happened in Batman Begins. It was like in the dark and fucking Gordon was in that scene too. In Batman Begins, Gordon was in that scene and he like looks back and he sees the fucking Batmobile revving up. And in this movie, Gordon is in that scene and the Batmobile's revving up in the dark. Like and it was a multiple, even like the Riddler scene when he was like, "Hey, I'm killing people. That reminded me of like Heath Ledger's Joker when he was like he first announced like I'm gonna keep killing people. It was the same shit. It was like I don't know if that was on purpose or just it was like a lot of
it was like
Welcome to my live stream.
whenever he was
the dark web Twitch, bro.
whenever he was live streaming or like a foot on a Facebook, whatever the fuck, where he was got that guy in the fucking mouse trap or whatever, rat trap. It reminded me of like that scene where he killed with Joker killed that one guy. When he's like he fucking put a fucking smile on his face and everything and just threw him on the fucking They were shot similarly with the same color grading. And
I feel like he was Matt Reeves was paying homage to the Dark Knight trilogy in a couple of ways because it was a few things I noticed that reminded me. It was a couple more too. I just can't think off the top of my head, but it was.
If we look back, we'll find other homages like other. He pays homage to other Batman movies.
Yeah, he did. Like he paid homage to the scene where he punched Gordon and take off running. That reminded me of the classic. What's the original Batman? Adam West, like because he was running like kind of cheesy, like that was like to me that was like an Adam West, and then it was like the Ben Affleck one was I seen when he was in the dark or whatever, and he shined his light, and he was kind of just up there. So remember at BVS?
BVS,
and he was just hanging up there. That reminded me like so. I'm kind of thinking that was cleverly done. On a lot of this shit was homages to all the other Batmans. Like I mean I don't know. It seemed that way though. It was bad. That was badass if that was the case.
Commissioner Gordon or what is he?
He's not commissioner yet. He's like lieutenant
or something.
He's like Lieutenant Gordon or some
Sergeant
sort.
or something.
Whatever his position, like he had some crazy good chemistry with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
It was like
Hell yeah,
it's
they
just
were in
had-
it together.
They
like,
shared like literally so much fucking screen time together.
bro.
It's kinda
It was
crazy.
more like instead of Batman and Robin, it was like Batman and Gordon. Like you know, they was in it together. They literally was. They trusted each other. They were figuring out shit together.
Dude,
like,
he straight up said, like, I trust no one, only you. Like, I was like, damn, this motherfucker literally don't give a fuck about the police because he knows they're bot. He's like, I only trust Batman.
And then
like,
even Batman was like, "You're a good cop." Like he just I was like, yeah, these niggas, they homies in this, man. They real.
That's cool, bro.
He never even disrespected him. Like he never like did the thing where he was talking to him and then he turns around and he's gone.
He did
it
you
once.
Remember when he was like, when they found out that Alfred had the bomb in his car?
Oh,
Yeah.
And then he was like, looking
oh, that's right. He did do that. That's right.
Yeah,
I was
so
only
good.
talking. I only remember
my nigga Alfred.
Dude, and then he sees that shit and he just chunks it and it's shit like,
I ain't gonna lie, like, and I'm glad that happened because, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, damn, Batman don't really fuck with Alfred in this one. Like, usually that's like his, his stepdad. He even at the beginning, dude, you're not my dad. Like, quit bitching. Like,
You're not my dad.
But like, it showed at that scene that he really loved Alfred. Like, he was
The
calling,
hospital.
like,
whenever he was there at the hospital, he woke up. He was there just there.
But see, that's why. That's another reason I feel like
that was a
Riddler-
good scene.
But that's another reason why I don't feel like Riddler knew he was Batman because he tried to kill Bruce Wayne. So why would he, if he tried to kill Bruce Wayne right there, why would he like, we're in this together, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he knew he was Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he literally, that was for Bruce. It just, he wasn't there because he was Batman.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Do y'all think that this is going to be a fucking one and done?
No.
No way.
I feel like the way that he the scene where the Joker or whatever I think that was the Joker, but that scene to me. That scene to me was kind of a way to say, like, even if they're not going to use the Joker in the next movie, that scene was kind of letting you know, like, it's a bigger world, like it's other villains out here type of thing. Like the fact that it was in Arkham.
He's already locked up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think that was kind of a hint at, like, all right, like, this is more villains out here for Batman to deal with. And if you think of the way the movie ended, it didn't end in a good way. Like, it didn't end like it. Gotham is still fucking as bad as it was. It's flooded. It's flooded.
So
like,
much shit.
yeah, like, so I don't think it's like
corruption's about to get even better.
worse. Yeah, like now it's gonna be a fight for power because what's her name is dead now. Falcone is dead, so it's a fight for power. Batman was just naming all this shit. So to me, it was saying, like, look, it needs to be a sequel to fix some of this shit. You know what I mean?
Is the Penguins show going to take place before this shit?
Yeah, it's gonna take. Well, no, after, because it's gonna show him trying to, like,
become the boss.
Like, that's why he was like the side boss.
So what the fuck are we gonna see Robert Pattinson in this show? You think?
I don't think so, because Robert Pattinson, he's too big of an actor, and they like signed him on. So like, I don't see them wasting his signing, to show up in one of these. I think they're probably just gonna do it, make it like this is happening and Batman ain't paying attention or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Let me pose a question: Michelle Pfeiffer or Zoe Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz.
I like Zoe Kravitz because, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I've never been the biggest
Michelle Pfeiffer fan.
Yeah, because to me, her Catwoman is batshit crazy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like,
Her suit's dope still.
I still like her, dude. Yeah, I like her.
And she does so many backflips.
She's cool, but Zoe
just never
Kravitz, bro, like, as soon as
she's sexy.
she went hard with like the whip and like that only one scene, but that one scene I was just like
badass.
She was,
and she had swagger. She'll kick a nigga and then walk off all
She'll
sexy
jump off a fucking building on grab a rope.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
me and
you're a
Saul was
person.
laughing. Like,
If you fucking fall, you're gonna die.
Me and Saul was laughing at that scene, like when she
grabbed
first leaped off the porch or whatever, and like Robert Pattinson was looking like, what the fuck? We were like, that's how we were looking, like, damn, she just did that like it was nothing, like leaped off the second floor building. So yeah, she was bad. She might be my favorite Catwoman because
Halle Berry. I'm just kidding.
oh god, no,
I'm just fucking
don't
kidding.
even
I sometimes
bring
just
that
want to
up.
watch that Halle Berry's Catwoman just to laugh my ass off because it's so good to
She
watch.
won the Razzie when that bitch. She won the Razzie.
She was happy with that.
I swear.
I would be.
Yeah,
Shit.
so, but yeah, I don't know. She might be my favorite. And it's one of these things, like, I hate when I watch a movie and I like the shit and I'm saying everything is better, you know what I mean?
Because you don't want recency biases.
Yeah, that recency bias, but I honestly feel that they nailed, like, this is clearly the best Riddler because he ain't got competition. He went up against Jim Carrey. But, like, Catwoman, I genuinely think she's the best Catwoman. You know what I mean? Because for me, because I never was a big fan of Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm in the minority. Most people liked her, so a lot of people probably always gonna have her. But I never liked her.
If we're doing those comparisons,
Anne Hathaway is the best Catwoman.
And then,
dude, she's an honorable mention.
I like
honestly.
Anne
I like
Hathaway.
her.
Like,
I didn't really like Anne Hathaway.
She wasn't bad, but she wasn't like amazing.
Yeah, because I think she doesn't get the credit because she really wasn't a cat woman. Like, she was more of like just a cat burglar. But I liked her version of Catwoman. But that's why I feel like she's the best one. Because Anne Hathaway, I didn't think she's better than her. And then I never liked Michelle Pfeiffer's. And then, I mean, nobody.
So you actually put Anne Hathaway's above Michelle Pfeiffer's?
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't.
I do. I mean, but see, I'm the only one on earth that don't like her version of Catwoman. So that's why I do. You know what I'm saying? But most people are going to put her still probably over Zoe Kravitz. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But Riddler, Penguin, I like this version of Penguin better than the...
Danny
DeVito's, yeah. So, I mean, like, really, most of the stuff that's in this I like better, even though I still think I like The Dark Knight still as the best Batman movie, in my opinion. But the Batmobile is close, you know.
All right. We have to figure out where we place Robert Pattinson in our Batman tier list, though. You don't have to give your tier list.
Mine.
You don't have to give your tier list, but you can just tell me where he is number-wise in your tier list.
Top 3.
Okay, so is he 3 though?
I don't know. The other 2 would be I haven't thought of the order yet, but I would say Ben Affleck and Christian Bale.
Do you think
Keaton?
No, not Keaton.
Damn, bro. I put
I would have to. I haven't seen them since I was a kid, though, so I'd have to not only rewatch those, but then also see what he does in The Flash. So,
I don't know. Like, he's maybe I think my number 2. I think I still fuck with Christian Bale a little more. But I don't know. I think he could be my favorite one, but like for sure Ben Affleck's not my top 3.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is swole.
I like Ben Affleck.
I like him a lot. I like Michael Keaton.
I want my Batman to look my animated series Batman.
But like being Batman isn't just about looks. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's about performance. It's about
And Ben Affleck's got that too.
But Ben Affleck is something for me is like also like the energy the actor brings to the character. I think Ben Affleck, he had such a shitty experience making those movies, so I don't feel like his
he enjoyed.
He wasn't all the way there with it.
Yeah.
And
man, he's the biggest Batman fan ever.
Yeah, I feel like
the thing about it is like Ben Affleck
like
as the actor is a good, but he just had shitty scripts. Yeah. I think he was dealt to.
And don't get me wrong, I like Ben Affleck's Batman. I do like it worked for like the Justice League. Like it worked, but I can't put him over Keaton. I can't put him over Bale. And then like I just said, I feel like Robert Pattinson is my favorite Batman. Yeah. So I got him like 4.
Like the more I think about him, like I really fuck with him as Batman.
I fuck with him as Batman.
I fuck with him too. What you got?
Where you rank him?
Oh, I don't know. Number 1, I definitely got George Clooney.
Clooney.
And then number 2 is Val Kilmer.
Back nipples.
There you go. Val Kilmer.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put him in number 1. Like I really liked it.
Man, I agree with you.
I just feel like, for me, like it's just like I really like everything about all of it. I like how it feels fresh. It's like it feels like a new, like he's just coming into Batman. It's like he's in his first 2 years. You can feel that. I love it. I feel like it's like I don't know, like as corny as it sounds, like because the way it ended, it like gives me hope for like what he grows to be in like the next movies to come.
Right.
I will say that there was one thing I did like about Robert Pattinson's Batman is that in the animated series, a lot of times, and specifically animated Batman, he would always answer a question just by looking at you, like doing a side look, without saying anything. And even in the New 52 animated movies, he did that too. By the way. Like whenever, like fucking Green Lantern's like, you don't own a satellite, and then he's like, you know, like so, like I'm gonna say that whenever he was doing the rug pull thing and doing that crime scene investigation and all that stuff with that one cop that was asking him questions, and he kept on and he just kept on like literally looking at him, without saying anything. He was doing that thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you that one.
I will say this is by far the most realistic Batman. Like this Batman isn't doing ninja shit throughout the movie. Like he's doing normal people shit. Like he's walking up to the club door. I've never seen Batman at the front door knocking on that bitch like, hey,
he don't just comes through the fucking roof.
he
Like,
usually
bow!
come through
He
the
pulled
roof
out the back card and
or
fucking
somehow
rolled.
he's like sometimes he come through the roof or just magically be in there some kind of way. But
I
this
really like
Batman,
that for sure. Like whenever he was first glided, and he was like he was like,
oh
whoa.
shit, yeah.
And then he like just ate shit.
Yeah, and like even
Oh,
even
yeah,
that part,
that-
it was like he was kind of scared, like oh
Scary,
shit, I'm
yeah.
at the way.
He's like, I've never done this before.
Because
like,
I mean, if you think about it realistically, a regular dude ain't finna just be on the buildings jumping off that bitch all the time. So he was up there kind of like, oh shit. And then even when he flew on, he fucking crashed. Like, I mean, it's like, his
God,
thing hit the
he
bridge.
fucking oh my god.
Oh, that was.
Died.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
My back.
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man.
I literally thought of Spider-Man 2, bro. I was like, oh my
Like-
god.
Like, how do I put this? Like, there were so many times where he would, like, especially that scene, like, that was the part where he got blown up in his face. Like,
Yeah.
there were, like, how it should have ended has this joke where it's like, how did you survive that? Because I'm Batman. You know, like that's
'cause,
literally what's going to happen.
Like, it's
Because
so.
his suit didn't look like it had too much going on. Like, when it came to, like...
You know
I mean,
what?
it was made out of some bulletproof
yeah,
shit,
I know.
first of all.
But you know what? Those high caliber rounds, those will pierce armor.
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't-
He was taking them at
Fucking point blank
range.
range,
When a fucking a bullet leaves a barrel, it's at its highest
Bro,
speed.
they should have had, like,
Oh,
should have
man.
had huge holes in his body.
Yeah, like
I don't mind that because like I mean we don't know what his material is made out
Or he
of
was
to
probably
be
moving so
able
the bullets
to
kinda-
judge because his shit clearly isn't like a bulletproof vest or nothing. It's like some kind of steel because they was shooting at that shit and it was ding, 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 like it was
you know
bouncing
what?
around.
Shotgun's
You know
like
what?
the main thing I got.
What are your thoughts on every movie wanting to do the Rogue One Darth Vader's hallway scene?
That's what I was
Oh
getting
yeah,
that. I swear to God, I was
yeah.
going to say that, too.
It does.
They- like every movie's doing that version
That
of that.
reminded me extra. Like even when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, I was watching that shit. What was the other movie that completely stole that too? It was another movie that
There was
stole
another
it.
movie.
The Mandalorian.
There's the the Mandalorian did
No,
that.
but it
actually.
was
I'm trying to-
another movie franchise
Yeah,
that stole that.
that's
too.
still- yeah,
I can't think of it right now.
I know
but
it happened.
Yeah, and that one definitely reminded me of. No, it wasn't.
no,
it was
no,
something. It was something. That was more
recently. I know it was recently too, and I thought it was like that's the fucking Rogue One scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of movies are starting to do that. I mean,
The
it's
hallway
such a fucking good scene. Like, I see why. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can't miss
But
one.
back to my point that I was saying, this Batman being so realistic. Like, even when he was running from, like when he punched Commissioner Gordon and ran off, like I never seen Batman just running like that. Like he was just like it felt like such a normal thing to do, like a normal guy thing. Like fuck, I gotta run. Like usually Batman shooting away or he doing some, ninja shit where he like gets away. But
That just goes to show, like, the whole, like, he's only 2 years into this shit. Yeah, he has the money, but it doesn't seem like it's flexed as much as, like, Christian Bale, has, because he has fucking resources, bro. He got Morgan Freeman and shit.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman giving him all this
Lucius
different
Fox.
shit.
He
Yeah.
got Fox, so it's
Yeah,
like,
this version of Batman, I think they made
he's
him.
a little broke, but he's getting there. He's like making the battering idea seems kind of new because he
Well,
doesn't
it's-
use it at all during the whole movie until the end.
Just to cut
So I
the
feel
fucking
like,
police
yeah.
tape. That's it.
He
or the wire, or the electric
the
wire.
wire. Yeah, he didn't even
He's
use
learning.
his batarang to like knock people guns out
throw
and
it,
shit.
you know?
Yeah, like he was. I just felt like he was a regular guy.
On his fucking his Boba Fett, the whistling birds.
He did use it. Remember when he came out the smoke? I mean, at the end when he shot him like that, like when he was going against the Riddler,
Minions.
the cult people,
He
and he
shot him
came
like
when he
that,
first
bro.
appeared.
Yeah,
Remember, he
yeah.
shot him like in the leg
I
with
do
that shit.
remember that, the whistling
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah, so
Whistling birds.
that ended. Like, what was your favorite scene? Like, what you
Man.
think your favorite scene was?
You go first, Sam, if you have one.
I can go first.
I think my shit was when the smoke came and then he just started beating the shit out of him with their
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
that shit was
That was
fucking
cool.
clean, bro.
I will say
Like
in that
he
scene,
came
though-
out the smoke like he leaped out the head like. I was like, oh, that was fire.
Yeah, there was a lot of moments like that, like fighting scenes. I sometimes don't even want. Sometimes it's like almost a given that like this, or not even a given, but like now having seen the movie, I'm like, yeah, all the fight scenes, all the combat, all like the really tense shit like that was good. It was all really good. But I'm just like, what scene that wasn't fighting?
Well, that one is
I think my favorite scene was the part where he's in the.
that's what I was about to say. That was
like,
the
that
best
was-
scene.
It was like the stakes were high. There was fucking
Yeah,
high octane.
the
Yeah.
scene
Oh,
where he
yeah.
was talking to the Riddler on the phone.
Bro, that's when.
It was suspenseful.
Like, it
That's when
raises-
shit picked up.
Yeah, it hit the
As soon as
fan.
that, you just start hearing like it sounds like you're in that bitch. Like you're like when I was in that when they were in the church, I was like, I kind of heard the shot in the distance and the people kind of screaming, but I was like, it kind of put me into the scene. And then when shit
yeah.
kind of broke loose, I was like, this is some real shit. This is some shit that really happened.
Yeah, and like I love how like Batman, you just hear Batman walking up like and then so he walk up and then he's like, help me or whatever. And then like he's trying to figure this shit out. He's all scared and shit. And Batman's just naming off the riddles like riddles and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was so fucking good, man. That might have been I agree with you. Outside of a fighting scene, like you said, that to me was the best.
I almost figured out the he lies still riddle.
I figured that shit out.
Like
I literally said it.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I got the wording.
Still.
I got the wording wrong.
I even said it in the theater. I was like, he lies still. Like I literally like when he that was the only riddle I could get. All the other ones too fucking hard. But
I figured out justice.
well, damn, that was easy as fuck.
Yeah,
that
I
one,
think you said that.
The justice
I
was easy.
I might have, but I remember I said the lie still. I don't remember if I said the
You
justice.
did say justice.
I did.
I
Okay.
remember you saying that. I was like, yeah. As soon as he said that, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Them was
or
like the only two. Them was the only two ones I could get. But outside of that, I couldn't get none of the fucking riddles. I was like, I would have been fucked.
I didn't want to attempt it because I was like, I'm gonna look like a dumbass or be like, oh yeah.
But I mean, and a lot of the what's her names like you didn't have enough time to figure them out. Batman was getting them so fucking quick. It was like
he got it like every time.
Is that slightly unrealistic? How fast he was answering?
Nah, that was badass. That made him like smart.
He's like a genius.
Yeah,
in every
that's what
form he's ever
and that's
been.
what I'm
So
saying. This is the first Batman.
Like
this is the first fucking Batman where that's how he's supposed to be. Like
he just has to
smart.
know this shit. He's a fucking genius. He's
a
Tony
genius.
Stark of this.
Hell yeah, bro! Like he was just figuring shit out. Like he was. Yeah,
that's
man.
why I say like when it comes to like smarts and like instant knowing like the solution or like let me just think about this. Okay, I got it. It's the only Batman I can think of is the fucking Justice League Batman. When it comes to him just knowing shit, maybe the Ben Affleck one. I will say.
Well, no, because like the like a lot of people forget and that Batman is the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
Like so like the way he was figuring them riddles out is like that's the world's greatest detective.
And Matt Reeves kind of did that to where he's just like, y'all just gotta know. Like y'all have to assume that he's just that smart.
Yeah.
That's the character he's been.
That's who he is. Yeah, that makes sense. Hell yeah, I love that shit.
Any shout outs you want to give, Sam?
Any special shout outs in the movie?
Yeah.
The fight scenes, like, I mean, obviously top tier, but like the moment, like I kind of that same kind of moment before the smoke, because like when you're kind of expecting him to do like the roof drop when he comes in, and then it's just like. And then he comes in and just like starts it, like the way he was whipping around.
Oh
like,
yeah!
all
Oh
that shit,
god!
I really like.
Wait, which part?
The part where like he came down from to fight the
he's
Riddler
using his
minions,
grapples to, like, swing
and
around
the
it.
explosions that came in a circle and he just came
and he's
down.
like rolling and knocking people over and jumping.
That's
up and just, like,
Oh, when he rolled and like he rolled into like two motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
And then he pops him up and hangs him and shit. Yeah.
Dude,
like I was hyped
shit.
when that was going on, so
He's
that's
literally-
like that's one that comes to mind. Other than a fight scene, like obviously the cell
I-
phone scene. I'm
I
trying to think. Like,
I'm gonna say
I need to see it again for sure.
I was slightly disappointed that his cape doesn't use the Batman Begins gliding. He said he had a whole suit. He had a whole fly
It's
suit.
like, it reminded me of the squirrel.
Squirrel suit, but, like his cape doesn't
bust his ass. So
his cape doesn't double as the glider, but also like I swear they showed you the scene where he was doing the glide in the trailers, and I swear it was his cape that he used. He
Well,
wasn't.
they showed that same scene in that from the trailers.
Yeah.
In that, and it even like from the GoPro looking shot, it
wasn't-
looks like he got his cape flying. Like,
Yeah.
it just I don't know. I don't know.
Dude,
So do you think they changed the shot or something?
I don't know. Like I have no clue. But I mean, that brings up what y'all say y'all didn't like about the movie?
I said it at the beginning. I said I didn't like that Bruce Wayne wasn't really Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's something I don't like. It's
don't
something
mind
that
that
I
shit.
just noticed, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. But I
Yeah,
know,
I
but
think the movie was-
that's so good.
Yeah.
I feel like the pacing wasn't 100% there, 100%.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's parts where it just felt like very conclusive. I was like, is it over? Or like, what's going on? But obviously, like it ramped up pretty quick.
That escalated quickly.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's kind of like I guess now, like just thinking about it and having barely seen it, I feel like I have to go see it again to kind of understand my.
The only thing that I didn't like, the only thing of this whole movie that I didn't like was I kind of hate how like the Riddler just basically just told the riddle. I mean, told the mystery about Bruce Wayne's family. Like, I kind of wanted that to, like, Bruce Wayne to kind of find that out from being I kind of wanted Bruce Wayne / Batman to find that out. It
was an exposition dump.
Yeah, he just basically starts saying, fuck it, I'm going to just explain the shit. Bruce Wayne's parents did this, and he, got this person murdered, and I'm like, well, damn, like, the whole point of you supposed to be the guy that leave the riddles, and then Batman supposed to solve that and then find it out. And, like, I thought that was going to be a dope scene with, like, Alfred, where he finds it out on his own and then come to Alfred like, hey, Alfred, is this true? Like, But it was more like, oh, Riddler told him, and then he went to Alfred and asked him. And I was like, oh, man, I just kind of wish...
Riddler told him he went to Falcone, and then he went to...
Yeah, he went to Falcone. Yeah, so I was like... Why the fuck you just explain it to everybody? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the only thing I didn't like. Like, I just kind of wanted that not to be just exposition, because that's what a lot of movies do. They get to a point where they just like, look, fuck it, just have one of the characters explain it. We ain't got time for this shit. And that's kind of how I felt. Like, just, Riddler, just explain the shit to everybody.
Sam?
That's it.
I feel like the one thing I didn't really like about it was maybe... It's not my favorite Alfred, and like I didn't like the way they really set like that emotional relationship before all that shit happened. Like the explosion happened, and then it kind of they had their emotional moment, which I do get the reason for that, but I wish they built up more of like an emotional relationship between the two of them.
I agree, man.
He kind of just felt like Jeremy Irons too. To me. He really did. Like honestly, like he kind of had the same vibe as.
I didn't like their chemistry to me. Like, something about it didn't feel like with every version of Alfred, you really felt like Bruce Wayne loved Alfred.
Yeah.
Like
even George Clooney went to like
even George Clooney's
he was like, I need to get this antidote for him.
I love the George Clooney relationship with Alfred in that movie. And like even every movie I felt like the love was there. But like literally at the fucking very beginning, he's like, Alfred, you're not my dad. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro. And like, I never felt that connection with them two. I did love the hospital scene with them, like, but outside of that, I do feel like they need a couple of more another movie to really make me believe in their connection. Yeah, but and that's why
the scene in the hospital showed some of it, but
because they grabbed hands. Yeah, like the scene in the hospital and the fact that how fucking he was ready to get to Alfred, like fuck, like go. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of showed he loved them too. But before that, I was like, this nigga don't even fuck with Alfred like that. So I do agree with that. I agree with that.
I was gonna say, I just want to say, my camera died and my phone's out of storage, so y'all won't be able to see Lewis and Sam's individual cuts, but we'll probably stick with this camera.
Yeah,
we'll make it work.
We'll make it work on editing. It's okay. As long as we got the main shot, that's all I need. Yeah. Really, we only need just one cam, but we're doing extra shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say though. Fuck.
My bad.
That's all right. It's all right.
Done that. Dude, fuck.
But
you know what?
What's y'all's rating?
That's what I was. Then we can close it out with the rating. I think that it stands next to The Dark Knight as 10 out of 10. They're both 10 out of 10s.
10 out of 10?
And I can't.
Wait, how's it a 10 out of 10 and you got a problem with his Bruce Wayne? That's like a big problem. That don't take it down
a 10 is a 10 doesn't signify a perfect score. It signifies that it's a masterpiece. No movie's perfect. No movie's perfect.
Okay.
So you can still have it's still a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is like I think I told this to Troy or Sam. I think maybe Sam. I was like, I feel like Lewis is. I feel like because I asked everybody right as the credits rolled. I was like, what'd y'all think? Like Steven gave me like an actual number response. Saul.
What was Steven?
Oh, he was fucking. He was saying 1, 2.
Steven
3.
said 6.5.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And so, but the thing is, I asked you, and maybe you just didn't hear me, but you didn't tell me anything. So I was like, damn, I think Lewis is just kind of saving it, or just didn't really fuck with it.
I said 10.
I
said 10. I don't think you heard me, but I said 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Troy, you said 10?
You
said 9.
I say 9. I give it like a 9. 9.5. I go 9.5.
9.5.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see it a second time for me to give it a 10.
I think so too.
But it's definitely high up there, so I gotta give it a 9.5.
Yeah.
It's my second favorite Batman movie after The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's what I say is like The Dark Knight is a 10 and this is a 10, and they stand next to each other and they don't they don't supersede each other.
Yeah, I can
That's how I
see
say
that.
it.
I can feel you on that.
Yeah, I
Sam?
can agree. I'm definitely 10 all day on this one.
10.
Nah.
Hey,
Ah.
everything.
Damn.
There you go.
What you
I feel
looking-
like on this movie, there's some things about it. I mean, I have to think about it a little more, but I have to like be safe, and until I watch it another time, I'm gonna stick with a 9.
Okay.
a 9.
Stick with a
That's
9.
that's where I, coming out of the theater, I had it a 9. But after us just talking about it, it just
brings it
all
up a
this
little
shit
bit.
that I loved about it.
And there's so much we haven't even talked about either.
Yeah, like
There's so much
it's crazy. Like
we have to
the
watch
from the riddles. It really was great writing, man. Like, cause if you think about just from a writing standpoint, right? Like, just say you're writing a script, you have to come up with the riddles. Like, you have to think of, okay, whatever, he lies still. Like, what does a dead person do when they die? He lies still. You have to think of that.
They could have
So-
easily fucked that up. Too.
Yeah,
They
you know
could've
what's
done
gonna-
some
they're
really
gonna-
bad
that-
riddles.
My brother said that on the car ride home. Is like, man, that's not gonna translate well in other languages. Like,
Oh, what if
he
Juan
lies?
think about it?
He liked it, of course, but he said he lies still is a double entendre, right?
Yeah.
But you can't translate that into another language because there's two meanings, and you
Well, it's
can't.
American movie
Yeah.
shit. They got to figure it out.
Because
but
when they put movies out, they put them in either they'll dub it or they'll put subtitles,
Subtitles,
and
yeah.
you can't
Well, shit,
translate
you
that
gotta-
answer.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. I don't give a fuck. But no, like, yeah. So I just from a writing standpoint, man, like the riddles, just everything. Like, it was fantastic. The way they weaved in Catwoman's story, like it felt seamless. Like it didn't feel like, all right, we gotta hold on to the story and go over here and deal with Catwoman. It felt like it flowed. Like even though her story was her own little thing, it weaved in with the main story seamlessly. And I was like, genius the way that because really it's a dangerous thing. It's always to me a dangerous thing when a superhero movie has too many villains. Like it could be like Spider-Man 3 where it's just too much shit going on.
In this
But-
movie, the Penguin didn't feel like a villain that much. though.
Yeah, he didn't.
Really?
He didn't really feel like a villain, or neither Catwoman if you think about it. Like
No,
she
she
felt
was-
more like his sidekick.
They
you know what I'm
worked,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they were driving motorcycles like, yay, that's me.
We gotta go
They
our
were
separate
so
ways.
cute.
Bye. You know what I mean? So yeah, like but they weaved it in. They weaved it in perfectly, man. It was just a master of writing. I think that was the main thing I was impressed.
Who wrote this movie?
Matt Reeves. He wrote and directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he writes all his shit. So yeah.
The movie started development as a Ben Affleck directed, Ben Affleck starring
I know,
movie.
it's so
And
crazy to
Yeah,
think.
but I mean,
God.
Matt Reeves. I don't think he was never gonna do a Ben Affleck version. It was
he wanted to do his own
it was gonna
universe.
be- yeah,
Because
it
there's
was
no
gonna
way
be
Ben Affleck could have played this type of Batman, bro.
I don't think so either. Like, cause look, think about Ben Affleck solving these riddles that quick. Like, then I would have been like, that's
Also, 'cause it's
unbelievable.
Like, if you want to do like a year 2 Batman, you definitely
Can't do
have
Ben
it.
Affleck. Yeah.
you can't do it. And this,
Who
this,
else would they have done?
this Batman
Second
relied on him being a rookie. He was making intentionally. He was making a lot of rookie mistakes. Like you could tell that was on purpose. Like even regular thugs was hitting getting hits in on him. Like
Were
if
you
think
okay
of-
with that though?
Hell yeah, I was okay with that because it was intentionally. Like it wasn't this version.
We don't know his origin story. We didn't get a
Right.
Batman Begins.
So Batman Begins, he was trained as like
the
this ninja.
League of Assassins.
Yeah, so like he was untouchable. This version of Batman, he felt vulnerable. Like he felt like a regular dude would hit his ass, then he'd go over there, knock him the fuck out. Then somebody else hit him with a bat. He'd go over there, beat the shit out of him. Some dude to shoot him. Then
the bat, I think, right? He
yeah, he threw the bat at somebody. Yeah, like
They took the scene from Kick-Ass 2 whenever a hit girl got like injected herself with an adrenaline shot.
I ain't gonna lie, that shot it was funny as fuck to me. Like it wasn't. Listen, it wasn't executed. It almost was executed like a bit of a comedy a little bit because he was like, "Oh fuck, I can't do nothing."
Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Was that adrenaline though? Or was that Bane serum?
That shit seemed like
It
some
looked like
Bane
Bane
shit.
serum.
Yeah, like it reminded me of like
green.
Wolf of
The
Wall
way he
Street.
like went off too, he was just like,
Bro, it reminded me of Wolf of Wall Street when he was all fucked up and then he had to like take some fucking pills or something to get himself like revved up to go help his friend. Like, but it was funny as hell. But I liked the scene. It was just funny as fuck. Like, I was like, wow, this dude literally couldn't do shit. Like,
let's close on this last thought here. Do you think that whenever Riddler or the Riddler minion was like, "Who are you, Vengeance?" or whatever, and he turns and looks at him, like it almost kind of hits home the point that, and between the Riddler himself telling us like, "You inspire me," right? Yeah. It seems to me like this Batman creates as much problems as he solves, if not more. Yeah. He creates more problems than he solves.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah. I agree. I agree.
So what do you?
It was inevitable though, because like the Riddler wanted to fucking bait out the Batman, and in doing so, he causes fucking destruction of the city. So like,
and that's always
so it's almost like counterintuitive.
And I love that they made that because that's always been a Batman thing. Like if you think about the
Joker,
the Nolan movies, all those villains was because of Batman being Batman. Like even Joker even said it, in the Nolan verse. So it's the same thing here. Like you can make a legit argument that Batman made shit worse
than
being Batman. Than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I love that. I fucking love that because that makes it, it makes it even more important that he, figure out how to make the shit work. You know what I'm saying? Because in a lot of superhero movies, the way we perceive it is like
they're saving the day.
He's like, I'm Batman. Now, everything's better. But it's like. Things get worse before it get better. Like with most things in life in general, things
especially if
he's
in year 2. Yeah. Batman has decades along of
figuring the shit out,
villains and storylines and blah blah. So if this is just year 2, he's literally has to get shit going in Gotham.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be more hopeful going forward?
I think so. I think
maybe.
I don't
because he was helping them and fucking
I love that.
He's
I like
get a lot of hashtags on TikTok.
And that's crazy how they use. This is the first time a Batman movie social media social media was included in the Batman movie. I think ever. Crazy. It's never been how fucking Riddler was on live.
How does the internet? How do they not just block that shit as terrorism sort of thing?
Yeah.
Well, because like anything that goes live, if you it'll show up on if someone go live, you get on Instagram, you'll see where someone else will post where he had went live, someone screenshot it and post. Yeah. So it basically him going viral multiple times as he is, because they even said on the news this is gonna be hard to watch. They did it a couple times. This is hard to watch, and then they post
show you some shit that's gonna traumatize your kids if they're in the same room right now. Sorry.
Yeah, man. So man, this version of Batman, they had all the shit. They used social media. They really did the fool on this one.
All right, cool. I think that's it right there. I had a fun time recording this podcast. I had a fun time hanging out with you guys at the movie theater and everything.
This was the funnest because
you got to post a picture of everybody rolling.
Yeah, I'll put it up here on screen.
Last time we did this podcast about a 4-hour movie, and this time we doing a podcast about a 3-hour movie. So
far we're setting a trend.
We setting a trend. It got to be 3 hours and up for us to do a podcast of the movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, how long did we record for? By the way, does he? I can't.
An hour and a half.
We'll see what's up.
I can't see the time code on my recorder.
We're doing this shit at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
It's crazy.
And I gotta be at work and I gotta wake up in 6 hours to go to work.
Y'all make sure y'all you know what I'm saying, comment and follow us on Twitter to get to win these.
I'll put the Twitter handles up on screen.
And like the video too. And y'all gonna win.
And
these.
Let us know who the fuck was your favorite character, who you think shined the most.
For sure.
And is this your favorite Batman of all time?
Yeah,
for sure.
You know what? Comment below the stack order of 1 through 5 or whatever of your favorite Batmans, and 1 through 5 your favorite movies,
and favorite Batmobiles.
Okay, 3 lists right there. There you go.
Batmobiles, bro.
I'm gonna give you guys 2 entries if you actually comment that. You get your name, put your name there on there twice.
Hey, you can win all 5.
That gets your ups your chances there.
This Batman's pretty sick.
So 14 days and
got the whistling birds.
I've been your host Lewis. This is co-host Troy, Joel, Sam. Thank you guys for hanging out, doing this.
Fun. This late night podcasting, man.
Bringing the equipment and all that stuff. And do you guys have any last things you want to shout out, or you want to pimp out your websites or socials or anything that any projects you're working on, anything you want to give a shout out to?
I got some shit I'm working on, but shout it out. I mean, I'll put it out when it comes out, man.
Be on the lookout. That's how we're gonna say.
Yeah, be on the lookout. Heaven
Yeah.
Driver.
All right, I'm. You know what? I never told you this actually in real life, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I actually listen to "Room with a View" like unironically as part of my playlist.
That's crazy because that's such an old song that I
that's my favorite song.
I
in
don't have
your
it
catalog.
on my phone or nothing.
It's like one of my favorite songs in your catalog.
Classic.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Later, guys. Good night.